Good morning. It is 2022. Happy New Year's to you. Today is the first day of spring semester. It's the first day. I don't have a class until 1:40, and then I have another one at 4:10 or something. So I have two classes. I have constitutional law today, then I have criminal law, and it is snowing outside, you see? Yeah, it's snowing. We're virtual for the first 2 weeks because of COVID to give people like a buffer, enough time to get boosted and get a COVID test before we return. It's supposed to be on January 18th. So we'll see. But first day of class, 2022. So it is January 6th. Oh, it's January 6th. Wow. 12:29 a.m. I am reading for property. My eyes are burning. I'm about to really be done and check out. I have one more case to read before I'm done, so I'm gonna knock this one out. Hopefully in the next 30 or 40 minutes. Brief it, and then go to sleep because I have contracts in the morning. So, still in the first week, chapter 1. I wanted to show y'all the view from my balcony. See, it snowed last night. And it's here. Not as much snow as we got the other day. So I think it snowed like 2 days ago, and it was kind of thick. The roads were icy and people couldn't drive, but today people are driving, so it's really not that bad. But if you see, that car has snow on the hood and everything, so I don't really do the snow. That's why you're not gonna see me touch it. I don't really do the cold. I mean, we get snow sometimes in Mississippi. That's a misconception about Mississippi, is that we never see snow. It snowed in Mississippi like last week, I believe, or earlier this week. But of course, it's not really this much, but maybe on special circumstances. But I am about to get ready to study and read. Today is Friday, and I did not have class because research lab was canceled, but we had spring orientation. So I'm about to pull out this property book and read it. That book was almost $300. Ridiculous. Brunch on a Saturday at the diner. Guess who I have? Nuggets. We're off to see the wizard, the wonderful Wizard of Oz. Something, 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 something. Joined in after calling out. So I think this is so intriguing, and one of the reasons I chose Howard as a law school, because anyone knows anything about Howard, we know the history behind the institution and the individuals who graduated and attended the law school, what they've done in the nation to shape the lives of Black people around civil rights and justice. And we are in criminal law class right now. There's 10 minutes until the class starts, and people log in early. And my professor has this plan for us to watch. All of these quotes give context. It is the sentencing for the 3 men who were convicted of murdering our brother Ahmaud Arbery. So it just goes to show you how much our professors value the experiences that we have in the United States, and they teach the law around it. They don't ignore the fact that we are Black, and we discuss the law through those lenses. I think if I would have gone to a law school, with the exception of other HBCUs, of course, but if I had gone to other law schools, I wouldn't be able to study the law and get that type of teaching from my professors. So I'm just so appreciative of that. I thought that was cool. I wanted to share that with y'all. So I'm out here right now about to get COVID tested because we have to have a negative PCR test uploaded in order to get to campus next week. because we're starting back in person next week. I'm supposed to take the thing. Oh, Jesus. I don't know if y'all want to see this, but 6 times, both nostrils. 7 just in case. Then you're supposed to break the stick. Oh, wow. Okay. Alrighty. Broke. Put it back in there. And now I'm done. Whew. It better be negative. Lord willing. I'll be back in class next week. So right now I am at CVS getting ready to get boosted. Okay, long time coming. Today is Friday and we have to be in person on Tuesday. We gotta have our booster shot by then. This is my 3rd attempt to get boosted. The first time they said it wasn't 6 months in between before they changed it to 5 months to CDC. And the second time they canceled my appointment because the nurse who was giving the booster shots, she got COVID. And then this is the 3rd time. So I am here to get it. A lot of people said that they were feeling tired or their arm was hurting afterwards. I really hope that's not the case because I got a lot of reading to do. I had research lab this morning and I have some meetings when I get home and the rest of the afternoon, but I gotta get it. Gotta get boosted. Hopefully it keep me away from Omarion. What up, what up, what up? So I'm making this video, kind of want to update y'all on everything that's been going on, I guess the last couple of weeks. So I got tested and got my booster. Test came back negative. It was a requirement to come back in person for school. And today was our first day back in person. And it was kind of weird. So like over the weekend and over the last kind of like week and a half, 2 weeks that we've been knowing that we were going to come back in person, there were kind of mixed emotions. Folks felt it was unsafe, really concerned about getting COVID. At this point, because I've talked to so many of my classmates and to administration, so many 1Ls, 2Ls, and 3Ls over the break got COVID, which is kind of crazy. I think I was one of the first ones in the beginning to get it prior to school ending. But so many people got COVID. And I think it's one of those things that almost everybody is going to get it. But luckily, we're at the point where we have, a vaccine. We have, certain precautions that are in place as far as masks and everything to make sure that we're safe. But the reality is, we're living in COVID and we've stopped our worlds a couple times over the last two years. My taco soup is in the microwave over the last 2 years, but we can't continue to just like be on pause, right? We have to learn how to deal with it. And the science tells us that if you're wearing your mask, if you are not gathering in crowds, if you are getting tested regularly, you can mitigate the risk of not only getting COVID, but, being boosted and stuff, making sure you don't get so ill that you, I hate to say die, but we just seeing so much of it. That's good. But, so today was kind of weird because one of our first class this morning, contracts, was in person, fully in person. And then property was online, on Zoom. And then con law, because our professor is, I think, still in Africa right now. He's from Africa. I forgot which country, but he has a house there. And I think he's still on his way back. And so he did a recording of it. So that class was recorded. And then our last class is criminal law, which is online on Zoom. So everything is kind of got dressed to go to campus for one class, came back home and go do the rest of the classes here. But it's weird. It's different, but I think it's our new normal. Next week we'll be fully in person. I think all of the classes pretty much will be in person. But like I told my classmates, we got to make sure we're holding each other accountable. This is a community. right? There's some things that we can't change. There's some things we can. And one thing is holding each other responsible to make sure we're wearing our mask properly. We are getting tested weekly, and that we are conscious of the things that we do, the things that we touch, how we're washing our hands and everything. And we're going to move forward and take care of each other and lift each other up. Extending grace is one of the most important things. I think even outside of this pandemic, we have to extend grace to people, because most of the time people are doing the best they can and making the best decisions that they can make for themselves and people around them. There are some exceptions to that rule, but we have to assume that people are, and extend them grace. So here we are. This past weekend, I spent a lot of time reading Supreme Court cases for con law. I'm on call actually for the next 2 weeks for property and for con law. Property is good. Like, I love property so far. And have been understanding the readings. It's starting to get a little bit more complex, but everything is at this point. But con law is a different beast. My group was on call for the first time last week, and at the end of the class, my professor said, for those of you who are on call, I expect a little bit more effort from you. The questions I'm asking you are not hard. They can be found just by reading the cases. Now, I knew he was talking to our group, but I took it personally. I felt like he was just talking to me, and I felt like he was calling me out. So over the weekend, I read every case he assigned to us 3 times. I watched videos. I created talking points. I briefed them, everything. And I was ready for class today. No class today. He recorded the lecture, and then class is canceled on Thursday. So I think it was the Lord just telling me, if you really want to understand con law, you got to spend some time with it. So this past Sunday, and yesterday was Martin Luther King Day, I commemorated MLK, did that piece, gotta do that. But after that, con law and I, we had a date, because she's that girl, and you got to give her that respect. So it's learning to balance it all. Going into the 3rd week, I think right now we're laying the foundation for what it will be later on. So if we want to understand everything later on, we gotta lay this foundation. So that's what I've been doing. Just wanted to update y'all. So proud of some of my folks who are not in law school, because they are doing great things here in DC. Some of them I went to dinner with, working in Vice President Kamala Harris's office, working on the Hill with Senator Ossoff, Senator Warnock, and some of the representatives, and they're doing the thing. They're really motivating me to hurry up and get my law degree so I can get out there with them on the battlefield and make sure that we fight to save our democracy. Praying that this Voting Rights Act is signed and some things will move in the Senate. Joe Manchin and Christian Sinema, it's just, I have no words. The Lord knows where people need to be, because I couldn't be in the United States Senate, because I'd be acting a fool. I would be acting a fool, okay? All on CNN. You can put me on MSNBC. You can put me on Fox. I'm going to be acting a fool, okay? I'm going to say this and I'm going to be done. They asked Representative Cori Bush, I think it was Jake Tapper on CNN, if you follow the news on CNN, you know who I'm talking about. They asked her, well, don't you think getting rid of the filibuster would create a problem where when Republicans are in charge, they will be able to pass harmful legislation and just do what they want to do without, having to compromise or work with the Democrats? And she said the reality is Republicans already do what they want to do when they're in office, right? Look what they've done to us over the years. So whether we change the filibuster or not, they're going to do what they want to do, okay? This ain't the first time the filibuster has been changed or gotten rid of or paused or whatever words you want to use to get something done. If we don't pass voting rights, none of that is going to matter. We can't look to the future. We got to look to now. And see, that's the Democrats' problem. We're always trying to please everybody, the party of pleasing everybody. And you can be inclusive, but get stuff done at the same time. Republicans have a mission. No matter how messy their messaging is, no matter how many scandals they go through, they stick together. And they make sure that whatever falls under their plan, by any means necessary. Democrats need to adopt the mentality, by any means necessary. We have to get voting rights. It's not an option. We have to pass it. And the moment that we put it on the back burner, it's going to be bad. It's going to be bad. People like you and I, it's going to be bad. Until we talk again, I'm out.